to Lithuania. We're delighted to have you here in the home of your grandmother. Is that correct?
Great-grandmother.
Great-grandmother, okay.
Lives in Vilnius.
Awesome. Well, I guess it's nice for you to be back here and to see.
It is.
Like you said something funny on stage, which is if your great-grandmother had known that this was going to become like such a hub for cryptocurrency and for this world, a new crypto valley, she may not have left.
She might not have. Then I'd be fluent in Lithuanian.
Exactly.
Which would be good.
But I really enjoyed your talk this morning about just the importance of regulation, the increasing regulation from the SEC, which we've seen in recent months.
Right.
So what would you say are going to be the trends around that for 2018?
Many.
Okay,
so here we go. The SEC, as I mentioned, has been sort of talking up regulation and has been sending a lot of subpoenas out and doing all those subpoenas. I don't think they're actually necessarily connected with wrongdoing. I think they're, for two reasons at least, they're to chill the market, which they've done.
Absolutely.
And also maybe to gain some insider intel on what people are doing. Normally subpoenas are supposed to be issued in connection with an actual investigation. I don't know if they're being issued with a connection with that.
It's almost more like they're putting up a flag saying, hey guys, we're here, we're observing.
Right.
I like what you said as well, they're calling people up, giving them the opportunity to say, hey, this may not be 100% legal. So in your opinion, it's almost like they're educating themselves as much as educating the market?
I don't think it's that benign, and I don't think it's that malign either. I think in the case of Munchie, it was very mature of them to call up Munchie and tell them to stop doing the ICO. But the subpoenas are more aggressive. And if you're on the receiving end of an SEC subpoena, even if you haven't done anything wrong, it can be intimidating. It can be a problem. And the point I tend to make is, especially as an American, I believe in blockchain on a global basis. I want I love Lithuania, obviously I'm here. But as an American, I don't want people to get intimidated when they haven't done anything wrong, because then they'll leave. They'll all move to Lithuania, and which was in the end of the world. But it'd be nice if every country was able to move forward with this area.
Exactly. No, and I think you've nailed it there. The countries that do regulate this well and in enlightened fashion are going to become the crypto hubs of the future. So it could be a case that the US's loss is Europe's gain, for example.
It could be, but it's going to be humanity's net loss as well.
Very good.
Because just keep in mind that at present on this planet, the two largest national economies are China and the United States. Well, China for the moment doesn't allow ICOs, even though there's a huge offshore Chinese market. The US still theoretically allows ICOs. If the two largest national economies on the planet don't fully embrace crypto and blockchain, it's not going to get as fast as it can go. It won't fulfill its promise as quickly as it can.
I'm totally with you there. I truly believe in the philosophical aspect of this, that decentralization and disintermediation of pretty much all centralized authorities can be empowered here. And you're right, if the two economic superpowers of the world restrict this, hold it back, it's a net loss for humanity.
It is. And I also, one reason that I actually travel so much outside the United States is, again, I don't want the U.S. to win per se, but I want it to be part of the successful group. And the more countries that embrace blockchain and crypto, and the more countries that have a system like Lithuania's where they're experimenting and promoting and supporting it, the more pressure it's going to put on the United States to get with the program. It's one thing if one country, the U.S. kind of has its own narrow vision sometimes, and it can ignore one country or two countries or three countries. But if 20, 25, 50 countries are going for this and making progress, the pressure is going to be huge, and the pressure will be huge to do the right thing. I want the pressure on the U.S. so that the United States changes policy and does the right thing. I want, and just to be real clear, I think regulation is valid. I think regulators are valid. I want this world enabled through regulation. I don't want to bypass regulation. But the SEC and the rest of them need to step up their game and do what they're supposed to do.
And I think it's super important that people like yourself, as a lawyer with credibility, with your voice being heard in the US, to travel, to take these stories, to take these best practices back to the US, and then help educate change from within.
Let me give you. I'm trying to do that now. I'll share something kind of neat with you. I had an opportunity here to meet with some Lithuanian gentlemen who are working with your regulators and having direct conversations with them a lot.
That's interesting.
And your regulators, your governing body, is reachable. You know, they're responsive and they're having conversations and they're adjusting course based on almost real-time feedback. I had a similar experience in Gibraltar, where I spoke with Nick Cowan from GBX, and you know, he was able to work up the ladder and, you know, get something done extremely quickly. That's the advantage of a small geographical space.
Exactly.
And you know, I think Israel has a similar dynamic.
Yeah.
You know, in the U.S. it's tough because you have this. Not only is it tough because it's huge, it's tough because you have the federal layer and the state layer. It makes things very complicated.
Exactly. So yes, in some cases, small is beautiful, but and I think we've seen that in places like Gibraltar, now Lithuania, and then other hubs like Singapore and so on. Small, fast government and fast decision making.
Right, now imagine if these small jurisdictions form almost a bond or confederation.
Yes.
Right, they're no longer small.
Yep.
So, and blockchain is inherently a global phenomenon. There's no U.S. blockchain.
Exactly.
You know, it is inherent. I don't even use the word global anymore. Blockchain is planetary.
Yes.
Okay. It is. It's not that it's multiple jurisdictions. It's beyond jurisdiction.
Yeah.
So, the more we can make this potentially planetary phenomena truly planetary, governments are going to have to play along, and they should. It's a good thing.
And that's exciting for me as well. So I worked for LinkedIn for a long time, which is obviously very centralized, based out of Silicon Valley, where the last generation of tech came from. So for me, it is really, really exciting to see this true decentralization in terms of all these hubs. And like you say, if all these small decentralized countries operate more together, then together they're as powerful as China or the US.
Yeah, or they change. So one of my basic premises is that everyone always acts in their own self-interest as they define it. That doesn't make them bad, but they're always acting their own self-interest, whether consciously or unconsciously.
Yeah.
So how do you modify people's behavior? You can use words all you want, but at the end of the day, you need to modify their incentives.
That's what it's all about, the alignment of incentives, and I think that is the key to this world.
Yeah.
Well, look, thank you very much for that talk. I'm sure we could go on for a lot longer. Sorry I didn't make it to dinner last night. Could have continued over some wine, but yeah, thank you for coming to Lithuania, and really, really good to speak to you.
It's my pleasure, and thank you. I appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.